Hello, dear ones. Welcome to our donation class with Practice Indie. Every Sunday, sorry, I've got it set up for my mat, but I'm here by the computer. I'm going to drop a playlist for some music if you like. We've got some options. We'll get started here in a few minutes. Let folks hop on board here. Welcome to Donation Yoga with Practice Indie. In yoga, we have lots of beautiful foundations and parallels and philosophies and principles and tools and access points and all kinds of things, which is to say there are intentional reasons and purpose for which we do lots of the things that we do. And one of the key components, key foundations of yoga is Swadhyaya and this idea of service to something greater than ourselves. And so our studio is very grateful to be able to offer this class in service to our community, and we invite you to be in service as well. And so if there is a specific organization or humans who could really be helped by resources or talents that you have, we invite you to share those and to be in service, to be in purpose. And we'd love to know how you are in service to others. If you are donating funds and or resources, we invite you to share that in the comments, not just so we can know, but so that we can actually share the good that is being done. And so also so that all of us can learn about worthwhile things happening in our community, and perhaps it becomes a learning space for us as well. So if you are sharing anything, you can feel free to donate however you choose, and knowing that there's no judgment here in any of that. But we just love to know and share the good that is being done. So feel free to share that in the chat. Today's class will be really in all levels vinyasa. We're going to be in practice for an hour together. You don't need any props, but if you like any particular props, some things that can be helpful, you'll notice that I have a blanket here folded in the middle of my mat. It just helps add some extra support for my knees throughout the whole of our practice. And then also, especially once we get towards, at the beginning, at the end of the practice, we're going to start in Shavasana and end in Shavasana today. And I really like that extra support under my hips as well. We're not going to be doing a lot of things that would potentially require a block. You can use blocks or books if you like. A strap can be helpful in some postures. But today we're really flowing through a very unsupported practice from a prop perspective. We're really going to focus on the internal support of the body to move us through the different postures. But I will be offering some options as we move through the practice of how you want to be in that. So we'll go through at a particular level that's accessible to most people. And then I'll offer places where you can explore depth or challenge or add on to things in ways that feel good and in alignment for you. So I'll offer some space to explore, to play, to add on, but you don't need any props today. It's just if you like them for certain things. And as I said, I'll offer some cues and some options as we move through. So beautiful. With that, let's go ahead and begin. And we're going to begin in Shavasana, which means we're going to begin on our backs. So you're just going to bring your seat to the middle of your mat and begin to lower down. You can keep your knees bent or you can extend them long on your mat. Before I get started and move a lot, I tend to like a little extra bend in my knees to help release in the low back. And if you'd like to connect a little deeper to yourself, to your body, you can place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart, and begin to tune in to the flow of your breath, perhaps softening the eyes or closing your eyes or softening your gaze. And then allow your attention and awareness to rest on your inhalation and your exhalation. With each breath in, Invite the breath really deep and full into the body. Breathing in through the nose, down through the throat, into the chest, into the belly, into the diaphragm, into the tailbone, the pelvic bowl, filling up. As you exhale, simply allow yourself to release and let go. To settle into the support of your body, of your mat, of the ground beneath you. Inhaling, allowing yourself to expand and open as there becomes more space between your ribs. And as you exhale, just give yourself permission to be right here, to rest in the wave of your breath, to be present with the pulse of life within you. Letting each inhalation be full and complete. Letting each exhalation be long. One of the themes we've been working with is Vishnu. Vishnu is the god known as the sustainer. He's one of the Hindu gods, the sustainer of life. Really, he's this archetype of a force of sustainable good. This force that supports life, that offers this beautiful element of peace and ease, even amidst our worldly affairs. So as opposed to needing to leave and go meditate and find your ground before you can enter that peace and ease, he simply offers it to us right where we are. And so as you breathe in and as we move through each posture, each breath, each moment of this practice, and as you move forward in your day and your life, let yourself remember to remember that you have this sustaining force of good right here within you. There's nothing you need do to earn or achieve it. That it's simply available, freely offered, right here, right now. I invite you to feel and experience 3 more really deep, full breaths right where you are. Connecting to any intention you have for your practice. Letting your hands simply come to rest at your sides, extending your feet long. With the inhale, I invite you to point your toes. As you exhale, simply release that activation. Inhale, pointing the toes. Exhaling, release. Inhale, pointing through the toes. Exhale, release. On your next inhale, flexing through the ankle, bringing the toes towards your head. Exhale, release. Inhale, flexing through the ankle, pressing out through the heels. Exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, flex. Exhale, release. Planting the soles of your feet back on your mat, bending through your knees. Tucking your knees into your chest, bringing your arms to either side to simply embrace your legs. Begin to rock from side to side, just feeling your sacrum rooted to the earth. Breathing in full, exhaling long. And then begin to rock and roll along the spine, just massaging the spine into your mat first. And then eventually building some momentum, coming to seated. We're going to turn around on our hands and knees, coming to a tabletop position. So planting your palms right underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. Growing tall through your spine, really extending the length from your tailbone through your crown of your head. As you inhale, you're going to drop the belly, lift the gaze. As you exhale, you're going to press and round through your shoulders. Inhale, tailbone, crown of the head, go to the sky. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, hollowing through the belly. One more time. Inhale, following your flow of breath. Exhale, letting go. Coming back to that neutral spine, you're going to shift your focus to your left palm and your right knee. On your next exhale, you're going to extend your right hand forward, your left leg back, flexing through the left foot. Inhale, extend through your lifted limbs. As you exhale, elbow and knee connect under the torso. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, contract. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend. Exhale, releasing back to the mat. Shifting the focus to the right palm and the left knee. Exhale, extending the left palm, the right foot, flexing through the right ankle. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, elbow and knee connect. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, releasing back to the mat. Inhaling fully. As you exhale, widen the knees on the mat. Sink the hips back to the heels. Child's pose. Perhaps walking your hands out a little further. Melting your heart towards your mat, towards the floor, towards the ground. Letting the inhalation be full. Letting the exhalation be long. Your next exhalation, coming back to that tabletop position. Rooting in through that left palm and the right knee. Exhale, extending the right palm and the left leg. Flexing once again. Inhale, reach and lift both limbs. As you exhale, connect. Inhale, reach and lift. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend, lift. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, releasing back to the mat. Shifting that focus. On your exhale, extending the left palm and the right leg. Inhale, grow and extend. Exhale, connect. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale, connect. One more time. Inhale, extend. Exhale, coming back to the mat. Letting the knees go wide, letting the hips sink back, child's pose. Always knowing that this posture is here for you. Anytime in our practice, we can draw ourselves, our focus, back to the flow of our breath. And if we find that the breath has become ragged or disconnected or shallow, it's a cue that we need to give ourselves this space to come back into our wholeness. And so you can always take the opportunity to come back to a restorative pose, to rest, to recover, to integrate. One more deep, full breath in, pausing at the top of the breath, sipping in even deeper, filling up. Exhale, part at the mouth, side at the mouth. Coming back to that tabletop position, shifting knees back underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes and bring the torso above the hips. Just taking the opportunity to stretch out through the toes. Maybe adjusting if you want to take that deeper. Really spreading through the toes. Growing tall through the spine. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. Reach. As you exhale, hands come through heart center. Pausing here in Anjali Mudra, prayer hands. And again, take the opportunity to connect to your intention and to remember the sustaining force of good within you. As you exhale, releasing the hands back to the mat, keeping the toes tucked, lift the hips up and back, coming to your first down dog. So take the opportunity here, this is our first downward dog, to pedal out through the feet, bending through the left knee, extending through the right heel, and switching sides. Breathing. Then allowing yourself to shift your hips to the back of your mat, really creating that space, bringing the low belly to the thighs, extending through your torso. Inhale fully. As you exhale, gaze comes forward between your hands as you begin to tiptoe forward, coming to a forward fold at the top of your mat. Feet are hip width distance apart. Micro tuck in those knees, or you can generously bend in those knees if you need a little extra support. Bring each hand to the opposite elbow, just taking the opportunity to dangle here, maybe flowing the elbows from side to side as you sway through your hips. Releasing the hands towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift, straighten through the back, hands come to the shins, extending through the spine. As you exhale, micro bend in those knees as you forward fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, coming to stand, extending your arms overhead, reaching through your fingers. As you exhale, hands flow through heart center and then down to your hips. So we're taking the opportunity here to really tune in our first mountain pose. Realize my head is actually a little cut off here. Let's try. Not really better. Apologies, friends. Adjust that. Should still be able to mostly see my head here. So inhale, extend the arms up overhead. So exhale, hands come to heart center. Breathing here. Bring your hands to your hips. We're really going to feel into our pelvis. Notice if you have a tendency to shift the pelvis forward or to shift the tailbone back, and really come to a neutral position. Engaging through your core, engaging your quads and your glutes. And then let's shift all of our weight forward into the balls of our feet. Shift the weight all the way back into the heels. Shift over the right edges of the feet. And then the left edges of the feet. And then bring all four corners of your feet to connect to your mat, to provide that space of support. Lift and spread your toes and then return them to the mat, really pressing through your toes. Recognizing as you bring your arms by your side, palms facing forward, sliding the shoulder blades down the back. Standing tall and strong like a mountain. Being right where you are, standing at the ready. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. As you exhale, hands come through heart center, bowing forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, extend through the spine. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping back, plank pose. You can stay in this full plank, or you can bring your knees to the ground if you need a little extra support. Inhale, growing through the spine, engaging the core for strength. As you exhale, lowering to the ground. Hugging those elbows in. Inhale, lift your head, chest, and heart for a gentle cobra. As you exhale, tuck the toes, planting through the knees as you bring your hips through a tabletop, and then extending into that down dog. Breathing here. Inhaling fully. Exhaling completely. Inhaling fully. Exhale, gaze comes forward. As you step forward or maybe begin to hop forward, coming into that forward fold. Inhale, extending through the heart and the chest. Exhale, folding. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Connecting once again to those four corners of your feet. Remembering that strength in your body, that sustaining presence right here in this heartbeat. Inhale, circling the arms up overhead. Exhale, bowing through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, growing tall through the spine. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Inhale for stability. As you exhale, lower with control. Inhale, lifting head, chest, heart. Maybe the belly begins to leave the ground, coming into a full cobra. As you exhale, tuck the toes, coming into a down dog. Inhale fully. Exhale, shifting to the forward fold to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come through, heart center, bow forward, forward fold. Inhale to lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Inhale to engage. Exhale finds the ground. Inhale, lifting that head, chest, and heart. Exhale to down dog. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Really extending from your tips of your fingers through to your tailbone. Exhale, gaze comes forward as you find your way to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Take the opportunity to close the eyes or soften the gaze here. Feeling that breath within you. Letting yourself be full and deep and nourished. Fluttering the eyes open. Bring your hands to your heart center. We're going to move into our standing sequence. I'm going to face you all for this one. So if you are on carpet, you want to make sure that you're on as minimal surfaces as possible. We're going to work, hopefully at the top of your mat, you've got a little extra stability. If you're on carpet, it will just mean a little extra challenge and a really engaged, strong stance with your legs and your feet. Hands come to heart center. Begin to shift your weight to the left. And begin to perhaps lift the heel of the right foot. Coming into tree, so you can perhaps this is your edge. You can also play with bringing the right foot to the inner edge of the left leg. If you like, you can go from the shin to the upper thigh. If you have your foot on your knee, just make sure that you're not adding instability or vulnerability to your knee. And then if you like, you can stay here. If you want to add some expansion and depth, you can begin to grow your branches. Being sure to slide those shoulder blades down the back. Inhale fully. As you exhale, hands come to heart center, right knee comes to a 90-degree bend. And then as you exhale, you're gonna take a big step back, opening to a warrior two. So first things first with your feet, you're gonna step about 3 to 4 feet apart. Big, deep bend in that front leg. The back foot comes to a 90 degrees, so it's gonna come parallel to the back edge of your mat. And then bring your hands to your hips. And notice if you have a tendency for the hips to come forward or for the hips to splay out. And you really want your hips square underneath your shoulders, square to the long edge of your mat. Then as you're ready, extending your arms, checking on your own depth. Gaze goes towards the front. Inhale fully. As you exhale, flip your front palm, extend through the front leg, exalting into a sky archer. So your right arm can come down your right thigh. Really exalting, reaching through those left fingers. As you exhale, you're going to cartwheel your hands down, bending through your front foot. Bring your back heel up. And then you're going to step your left foot back to meet your right, coming to a plank pose. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring your knees down to a tabletop position. Rooting through your right knee and your right palm directly underneath your right shoulder. Step your left foot out to the back of your mat. You can tripod your right foot behind you. Extend left fingertips up to the sky as you open to the left. Supported side plank. Inhale here. If you like, you can extend that left hand towards the front of the room. Breathe. As you exhale, releasing back to that tabletop position. Tap the toes, lift the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale fully. Exhale, coming to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, really growing from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come to heart center. You're going to take this to the other side, coming to our other tree. So again, rooting deeply in your, perhaps going deeper on this left side. Then as you're ready, you can grow your branches. Breathing. Letting yourself be as you are. Noticing any turbulence from the wind. You can pick a singular point that does not move to give you a little extra stability, to focus that gaze. As you exhale, hands come to heart center, left knee comes to 90 degrees. Inhale fully. Exhale, big step back with that left foot, opening into that warrior two. Bringing your hands to your hips, really checking in on this side. So checking in with your feet first, and then your knees and legs. Checking in that your hips and shoulder points are all pointing towards this long side of your mat. And then as you're ready, extending those arms. Making sure you're not reaching too far forward or too far back. Gaze goes towards the front. Inhale fully. Exhale, flip the front palm, straighten through the front leg, exalting into that sky archer. Inhale, reach. As you exhale, cartwheeling the hands down, bending through the front knee, lifting up through that back heel, planting your palms, stepping the right foot back, plank pose. Inhale here. Exhale, bringing the knees down, coming to that tabletop position. Keeping that left palm directly under the left shoulder, stepping back with the right foot, opening into that supported side plank. Right fingers can stay towards the sky or go towards the front of the room. Really feeling that long arc from the outer edge of the right foot through to the right fingertips. Exhale, releasing back to that tabletop position. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back, down dog. Inhaling fully. Exhale, making your way to forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come to heart center. So we're going to build on that flow. We've now done this once on either side. And so I'm going to stay facing forward this time, but we're going to still first come into that tree position. So hands can come to the hips or to the heart. Begin to shift the weight into the left leg. Finding your placement with your right foot. Extending your arms if you like. Perhaps really bringing those pinky fingers towards the front. Broadening through the chest. As you exhale, begin to bring that right knee out to 90 degrees and then cross it over the left, really sinking down into those hips. Right foot can either stay out to the right side, as is the case for me, or if you have the dexterity, you can begin to tuck those right toes behind the left shin, the left calf. Extending the arms out to either side as you exhale. Right hand crosses under left arm, coming into this eagle arm bind. You can stay here or begin to lift your chest towards the sky. As you exhale, unfurling your arms, kicking that right foot back, extending to a warrior three, this airplane of sorts. Flexing through that right foot. Inhale fully. Exhale, big step back, warrior two. So if that was too much for you, you can feel free to just cut that extension out. And as we did before, coming to that pillar, extending to that warrior two. Inhale here. As you exhale, coming to that sky archer. If you like, you can bring that right hand around the low back towards the left hip. Coming into a little half bind. Inhale here. As you exhale, releasing, coming to frame that front foot. Step back plank pose. Inhale for strength. As you exhale, you can bring your knees down and come to that supported side plank once again. Or if you want some added challenge, you can go straight from plank into full side plank, opening to the left. Inhale fully. Exhale, releasing back to the mat. Let the knees go wide, let the hips sink back, child's pose. Being with your breath. Remembering that sustaining force of life, of goodness, right where you are. On your next exhale, coming back to that tabletop position. Inhale here. Exhale, tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale. Extend the right foot to the back of the room. Then begin to stack and to open the hip. So you're going to bend deeply through that right knee, flexing through that right foot, bringing that right heel towards the right glute. Begin to tuck the chest under that right arm. Inhale here. As you exhale, stepping forward with that right foot, then the left foot, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Shifting into that tree on the left side, shifting the weight to the right. Beginning to find your placement with the left foot. Growing your branches if you like. More deep, full inhale here. As you exhale, bring that left knee to 90, and then wrapping that left leg around the right, sinking those hips down. Extending the arms out to either side. As you exhale, left arm comes under right arm this time. Coming into that eagle pose. Exalting through the chest if you like. And as you exhale, unfurling the arms. Kicking back through that left foot. Bring your arms by your side, coming to that warrior three. You exhale, big step back through that left foot, coming into that warrior two. Checking in with those hips and those shoulders, that right knee. As you exhale, straightening through the right leg, exalting through the right fingers. If you want, you can bring that left arm around the low back. As you exhale, cartwheeling the hands down to frame that front foot, lifting the back heel. Step back, plank pose. And then as you like, opening into that full side plank or that supported side plank on the other side. Finding your breath here. As you exhale, coming back to that tabletop position. Letting the knees go wide, the hips sink back, child's pose. Once again, meeting yourself right here in your breath. Inviting it deep and long within you. Noticing the pathways of the breath, the sensations of the body. As you exhale, coming back to that tabletop position. Tucking the toes, lifting the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale, extending that left foot to the back of the room. And begin to stack and open your hip on this side. Really flexing through that right ankle, the left ankle. Bringing that left heel towards the left glute. And then as you exhale, stepping that left foot forward, then the right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come to heart center. So checking in here, we're going to move through one more round on each side. We're going to move with a little more flow. And you'll have the option here to explore depth where you want it and to explore support where you want that. So let this be a play and a dance. You don't have to follow absolutely everything I say and do. But I'm going to give you that container to flow through. We're going to go a little bit of here. We can just shift the weight towards the towards the left leg. Coming into that tree on the right side. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. One more deep, full inhale here. As you exhale, bending through that right knee, crossing right leg over left, sinking those hips down, extending arms to either side, and then letting right arm come under left, coming into that eagle pose. Inhale, exalting that chest. Exhale, releasing, stepping that right foot towards the back. Flying. Exhale, stepping that right foot back, opening to that warrior two. Checking in with those foundations. Exhale, flip the front palm, exalting, taking that half bind if you like. Exhale, framing that front foot. Step back, plank pose. Opening to a full side plank. We're coming into that supported side plank one more time. Inhale fully as you reach. Holding through that core. Lifting through those hips. Exhale, releasing back to your mat. Knees go wide. Hips sink back. Child's pose. Inhale fully and deeply. Exhale, side out the mouth. Coming back to that tabletop position. Exalting into that downward dog. Really fully bringing those hips back, that low belly to the thighs. Extending that right leg back, beginning to stack and open the hip. As you exhale, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Begin to shift the weight to the right. Left foot comes to the inside of the right leg. Growing your branches if you like. Inhale fully. As you exhale, begin to cross that left leg over right, sinking those hips down. Sending arms out to either side. Left arm comes under right arm. Exalting through your chest. As you exhale, unfurling, flying, stepping back with that left leg. You exhale, big step back, opening to that warrior two. Inhale fully. Exhale, exalting into that sky archer. And then as you exhale, framing that front foot. Coming into that plank. And then as you like, going into full side plank or supported side plank. Really growing from that right edge of the feet to the fingertips. Lifting through the hips. Exhale, coming back to that tabletop position. Knees go wide. Hips come back, child's pose. Inhale fully and deeply. Pausing at the top of the breath. Sip in, fill up, even deeper. Exhale, side out the mouth. Coming back to that tabletop position. You're going to tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back, down dog. Inhale here. As you exhale, begin to stack and open through that left hip. Breathing. And as you exhale, stepping forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Taking the opportunity here once again to find those four corners of your feet. Inhale, extending the arms up overhead. Interlacing your fingers, pointing the palms towards the sky, really reaching and lifting through the arms, through the chest, allowing the eyes to close or the gaze to soften. On your next exhale, bring the palms to the back of your head, broadening through the chest and the collarbones. Feeling free to keep those eyes closed if you like. Inhale, fully fill up with the breath. As you exhale, begin to bring the right elbow to the right hip. Coming into a lateral bend. Exhale, coming back through center. Inhale fully as you lengthen through the spine. Exhale, left elbow finds left hip. It goes towards that direction. Exhale, coming back through center. Inhale, growing through the spine. Exhale, tipping that T-bot to the right. Exhale, coming back through center. Inhale, growing tall. Exhale, bending to the left. Inhale, come back through center, releasing the hands by your side. Rolling through the shoulders. So bring the shoulders forward, up towards the ears and down the back. 2 more like that. Inhale fully as they come forward. Exhale as you release down your back. Switching directions. Beautiful. Releasing that movement. You're going to heel toe out your hips. Your feet wider than hip width distance apart. About as wide as your mat. So I'm turned to face you, but what I really mean is the short width of your mat. So bring your feet into that a little bit wider stance, but not fully wide. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. As you exhale, hands come to clasp at the low back, drawing down through the hands, opening through the chest. Inhale fully, micro bend in those knees. As you exhale, fold forward. You can keep your arms and your hands against your back if you like. Or if you like, you can extend them forward. If you notice that your hands begin to separate, that you have trouble keeping your palms together, then back off. We actually have a tendency, if we're double jointed in our elbows, we tend to overextend, which is actually a less integrity of the posture than keeping the hands closer to the sacrum. Breathing in fully. As you exhale, releasing the hands to the mat. If you have trouble reaching the mat, you can use books or a block here. Inhale here. As you exhale, you're going to plant the left palm underneath the face. Bend deeply through the right knee, keeping the left leg relatively straight, not overextending that left knee. Reach the right fingertips to the sky. Exhale, releasing back to the mat. Planting the right palm underneath the face, bending through the left knee this time. Extending the left fingertips up to the sky. Exhale, releasing back to the mat. Bend deeply through your knees. Sink your hips down, coming into a modified yogi squat malasana. Just letting it be playful, letting yourself open through your hips. And then planting your palms in front of you. Just switch to the other side of my mat. Stepping back, plank pose. And then lowering your belly down to the mat. Plant your elbows underneath your shoulders, lifting a little bit through your torso, sitting long through the spine, coming into a Sphinx pose. You notice a lot of constriction at your low back. Do a slight tuck of your tailbone to really lengthen and elongate that lower section of your spine. 3 breaths here. Once again, focusing on the length and the breadth of the breath. As you exhale, begin to extend your elbows out to either side, stacking your hands in front of your forehead. Bring your forehead to rest on your hands. Just taking 5 rounds of breath here to really connect to where you are, to let yourself receive, to remember, to remember that sustaining force of good that's right here and right now. Planting your palms back underneath your shoulders. You're going to reach out with the right arm, planting the right palm on the earth directly out from the right shoulder. Begin to bend deeply through that left knee and begin to open to the left, almost like we did in that supported side plank. You're going to bring that left foot around to kind of tripod as you stretch through that right shoulder. The left foot can be behind the right leg or in front of the right leg. There's no right or wrong here. It's whatever's most comfortable for you and your hip rotation. Maybe the right temple rests on the ground. Breathing in fully and releasing completely. As you exhale, coming back to your belly, planting right palm under right shoulder, pressing out and reaching out through the left palm. Begin to open to the right as you tripod with that right leg. Letting the breath be full and deep. Letting yourself be soft in your breath and your body. As you exhale, coming back to your belly. Planting your palms underneath your shoulders, tucking through your toes, coming into that tabletop position. Have your toes behind you, just come to seated. These, all of you beautiful souls. So just coming into that gentle, easy seated pose, Sukhasana, letting you go crisscross applesauce. If you like a little extra space in your legs, you can feel free to do that. Removing the flesh out from underneath the sits bones. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. As you exhale, twisting to the right. Left palm finds right knee, right hand plants behind the spine. Softening through the shoulders, softening through the jaw. Exhale, releasing back to center. Inhale, extend the arms up overhead. As you exhale, twisting to the left. Softening in the sternum. Softening at the temples. Exhale, releasing back to center. Planting the soles of your feet on your mat. Really engage through the core, grow tall through the spine. You can bring your hands to tuck underneath the knees. And gently begin to lower vertebrae by vertebrae, coming down to your back. Inhale, bring the knees into the chest. Begin to rock a little from side to side. Feeling that sacrum massage into your mat. Opening your arms wide to either side or cactusing the hands. Extend the legs over to the right. Keeping your shoulders rooted on your mat. Gaze can go towards the sky or towards the left. And deep, full round of breath. As you exhale, bringing the knees back through center, rocking once again from side to side. And then allowing the legs to fall over to the left, keeping your shoulders and hands rooted on the earth. Exhale, coming back through center, rocking a little from side to side. And then allowing the knees to drop open towards the armpits, bringing the hands to either your ankles or the outer edges of your feet, opening into a happy baby. Letting it be playful if you like, letting it be more static if you like. Just really feeling into what you need as we begin to bring this practice to a close. Feeling free to take any other final postures that would allow this practice to feel like completion for you. And as you're ready, we're going to come into our final resting posture. Extending the legs long on your mat, letting the feet splay open. Tugging the shoulder blades down the back, letting the arms come to rest at your side, palms facing the earth. Just feeling that ground of support. Remembering that flow of life, that flow of sustaining good right here in this breath, right here in this moment. In this final resting posture, we allow ourselves to release from the conscious efforting of the breath in the body. To give ourselves this space to integrate, to receive, to breathe, to be right where we are, just as we are. If at any point you notice your mind run away with some thoughts, just simply release them in the moment of awareness. Coming back to the flow of your breath, the textures and contours within you. Give yourself permission to simply be right where you are. Breathing in fully through the nose. Exhale, sighing out the mouth. Inhaling, letting yourself be filled. Exhale, extend the arms overhead, beginning to wiggle through the fingers and toes, reaching from the soles of the feet through the fingertips. And with your next exhale, hugging your knees back into your chest. Rocking once again from side to side, feeling that sacrum connected and rooted to the earth. Always supported. Always sustaining. And then allowing yourself to fall over to a side of your choice. Pausing there. Breathe. In this posture of rebirth, we are reminded that we begin again in every breath. With choice, with sovereignty, with wholeness. As you exhale, gently finding yourself back to seated. Bringing your palms to connect in front of your heart. Left palm in union with right palm. Thumbs pressing into the sternum, sternum pressing into your thumbs. Slight tuck of the chin as you bow towards your heart, allowing your eyes to stay closed or your gaze to soften. Just imagining a spark of light at the center of your heart. Illuminated breath by breath, heartbeat by heartbeat. Remembering that sustaining force of good right here within you, just as you are. Namaste in its simplest form means the light in me honors and acknowledges the light in you. Bringing thumbs to third eye center between the eyebrows and the forehead, bowing forward to seal your practice. Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Thank you for joining us for Donation Yoga. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you for sharing your practice with us. We'd love to know any thoughts or feedback you have in the comments, and certainly if you are donating to a cause or an organization or humans who resonate with you, we'd love to know that too. So thanks so much. Have a beautiful evening.